Hi everybody, welcome to the channel and welcome to Losing a Friend. Now, this piece of artwork that I'm going to show you next, I will talk you through it along the way and tell you the experiences I had painting it as I did it. Now, losing a friend is, we all have friends in life, we meet people. I always think that you're meant to meet people for a reason in your life. And if they become a friend, they're the ones that stick around, and then you get like acquaintance friends that you see now and again. But the close ones that you work with and learn from and take advice from, and then realise that that advice has been correct all the way along. When then people go, it's a big shock. And this last couple of weeks, I've not been posting loads on YouTube because I've been dealing with what I had to experience in this next piece of artwork that you'll see. And I will talk you through as much as I can. I'll see you in a bit. So as you can see, we all have to paint things and we all get opportunities to paint things, and a lot of the time you're painting things and you're just sitting back enjoying it and relaxing and getting into it, and then you have to get the commission job where someone says my pet's died or a family member's died that not close to you, and you have to paint a picture of their pet, their dog, anything like that. You've not got that attachment to that person. So you're painting that piece of artwork and it's quite relaxing. You can get into it. But when you have to paint something like what we're looking at on the screen now, everything you go through when you're painting a piece on this, the memories of that person that are coming back as you are trying to concentrate and paint. So this absolutely fried me. This was a week's work to get this done, and just to do these sides with this, I did 3 photo frames, as you can see on the picture now. I did 3 photo frames, prepped it, primed it and masked it, and that was a day just to do that, a whole 8-hour day, and I walked away from the studio completely fried. Now this is the next day moving on. I had to do the roses this side, so I've dropped the 2 roses, and you can see the one that's being done now. Put these 2 down, sort of trying to relax into it in the second day, trying to relax, concentrate on what I'm doing. But as I say, you are getting the memories of a person that was a mentor coming back. Was just incredible, guys, it really was. So it was burning me out absolutely mentally. Physically, I was just sat in the studio all day just painting. Didn't eat anything till late at night, and I was just working like that every single day. So painting things, airbrushing things does take time, and we all know that as airbrushers, pieces take time, which they do. But when you've got this attachment to it that you're painting as well, it is incredible, guys. It really is. It just completely puts you in a different frame of mind painting. So we got the roses down, and the next one was the robin. So I had the roses down in the second day, and then I started this on the same day. And I think I got to the finishing this one on the second day, because again, fried again, because it was the actual sides of what I'm working on, because I've never painted one of these before. It's like something that's completely like alien to like any painter. You don't expect that you're going to be painting a coffin. So prepping this was they're like a laminated, very deep grain, really deep grain. And as I prepped it, you could really see the grain in it, and I was a bit weary of like sanding too much back. So I prepped it and gessoed it, and the gesso just worked brilliantly on the sides of these 3 or 4 coats of gesso. It didn't fill the grain completely up, but it gave a nice surface to do the airbrushing on. So this was on the 3rd day. This is like the Beatles portrait, and I'm sort of more relaxing. The more I'm going on through this through the week, I'm sort of speeding up a little bit more and just getting into the flow. And that's what you do when you start to proper concentrate on a piece of artwork. You get into the flow of it, and you just sort of, you just paint it. It just becomes, it seems easy. You just know where to go, you know where you're going around the piece. So we're moving up to the next piece. Now this, if I don't paint, you know on the channel I don't paint like pets and things like that. It's not my thing. And I had to do a white cat, and painting a white cat on white background, this was the first white cat I ever done in the 14 years, 15 years of airbrushing. So it was a real hard thing to do. But after thinking about how to paint it, you're trying to put the undercolours first, so you've got something to put your white on top, and sort of do like sort of scratch back techniques, which were very hard on this to do because you've got a grain in the gesso and it was very deep. So when you've got fur textures coming across deep grain on your surface, when you're scratching back, you can catch and you can get some real weird looking sort of textures. So I couldn't do any scratch back techniques on this piece. The next side you'll see I could get some down on the piece on the next side, but the white cat, really hard to do, going in on it for the first time. But now looking back at it, to do a white cat I would go a completely different route, but it would be on a different surface as well to get the fur textures and that. But for my first white cat it came out alright. And then we're moving on to the Turkish eye. Now I painted this with application tape, just drew a Turkish eye out, cut it out, placed it on, and I was Scotch brightening, just scuffing back the side and then doing a plastic primer on this straight down to the side, because this is like a plastic laminate on the side. White base coat, and then went in and painted this and just gave it that sort of 3D look. So you have the like drop shadow to where it's hanging, and then round the bottom the drop shadow there you'll see, so it looks like it's glass hanging off. Starting this side completely relaxed, got into it and got the cat portrait down, and then got the next one next to me to the left. I got that one straight down as well. Now painting the ginger cat it seemed a lot easier because you're sort of going in and you can work the colours, sort of you can get the colours down, you can see what you're doing, you can overlay them colours to get the ginger cat down. Then we have to move on to a field mouse. These were all images that the family had sent over, so it's all through his life things, so they were telling me and explaining all the different things with pictures. These have all got meaning to them, but this one was a nice one to paint. I painted this different again. I was changing my ways of painting, as you can see going round. I've now shielded this off, put the background in, pulled the mask off, and then had all the outlines projected up in the centre, and I was just working from the tablet on top, and this one came out really, really realistic. So then I moved on to the roses, and as you can see, these are more realistic because this side round I'm more relaxed. I've got into it on what I'm painting, forgot about my surface that I'm painting on, and just sort of got into the zone and started painting the roses. And these were again primed, plastic primed, and then go up with the white base coat, and then just sort of an outline inside a mask. So a little very light pencil outline, and then you're just airbrushing in. But I went about the roses this way, painting them differently. Started with the yellow, worked the yellow out, then dropped the transparent grey in, and then really sharpened up the outers to give them more that realistic look. So we've got the robin, did some more darks on the background, sharpened things up, drop shadowed the roses, so they're all drop shadows so they pop off. Done a little bit more on the white cat, and I just went round and tidied all the freehand paint work up on the gilt frames going round. So I've darkened the drop shadows to make them pop more, put highlights in, and if you go right up close, you've even got the brass fixings with the screw heads in, so it looks like it's screwed on. We had a Stairway to Heaven print that was done at the back, and then working around, this was the watercolour one that I had to do to make it look watercolour. You've got your realistic roses this side, a lot more realistic with the drop shadows. Ginger cat looking really nice with the white background, nice and clean. And then you've got the field mouse on top of one of the dandelion. And then you've got the all-seeing eye, and that was just like a plaque, looked like it was 3D and screwed into the side, and another watercolour chickens there. So that was a week, guys, every day. Some days better than others. The first side was really hard because it was trying to relax and get into it. But this, I can honestly say, was the hardest piece I have ever had to paint. So yeah, one of the hardest things I've had to paint in my career. It really is, because you've got that emotional connection with as you're trying to concentrate and paint. But I'm glad I did it in honour of my friend. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.